How do, lads and lasses out there in YouTube land? You can probably remember where it's Peter Paczek, the Geordie Pearl. So, you'll probably remember the earlier video that I did here on this channel on the problem of homophobes in English. And I'm going to call this film Advanced English Homophobes. It's words which are spelt the same but which are pronounced differently. So, just to start off the ball rolling so you can see what they are, and remember it's the biggest problem that foreigners have when they're trying to learn more English language. So, the first one I've got for you tonight is fierce. Fierce and fierce. They sound the same but they're pronounced completely differently, and they've got these two different meanings, but you can tell from the context which is meant. If somebody talks to you about their fierce, like you're fierce, you know that they're talking about the thing that's on their head, like what their mouth and their nose and all the rest of it, like that's the fierce. Or you can have a fierce animal, like a lion or a tiger, and it also has a fierce, but the fierce of it is a very fierce expression. So, didn't get them muddled up. You can always tell from the context which they mean, whether it's a fierce or just a fierce. So, number 2 is tool. If you want to dry your fierce, you need a tool to do it. So, didn't get that muddled up with the tools you got in the garage to mend your car with. Two completely different things. You might knock your teeth out or something like that if you use like a spanner to dry your fierce with. The third one is wished. Now, wished has two meanings. Like the first is like the past tense of to wish. I wished yesterday that I had a big keg of Newcastle Brown Ale. That means I was wishing for one. But wished is also what you say if you want somebody else to have their gob. Wished man alive, I'm trying to watch Newcastle United. Wished man means shut your gob, had your gobs for Geordie. So, number 4, prince and prince. Now, a prince is like a member of a royal family, a male junior member of a royal family, like Prince William and Prince Harry. But if you listen to the Disney song from Snow White, someday my prince will come, you know that they're talking about when you're going to get your photos delivered from the photo developing company. Your prince. They sound the same, but they're pronounced completely differently. Okay. Number 5. Way and we. They sound the same, but one means a kind of manner in which you would do something, and the other means something which is very small or little. A wee bairn, for example. There's another meaning from we, but I didn't want to tell you about it because it's got like to do with piss and that, and I didn't want to upset you. So, we'll leave that one aside, okay? So, the next one is knee. Knee and knee. So for the first one, it's like the middle of your leg is your knee. Yeah, but you also have the meaning nobody knows I am here, which you can show with different parts of your body. It means nobody is aware of the fact that I am present in this room, in sort of southern, posh southern speech. But we would say in Geordie land, nobody knows I am here. You can do that on your body. You can go knee, body, knows, I am here. And that way you can show to other people that nobody knows supposed to know you're there without even letting on by words and that. Very useful piece of Geordie sign language. And this next one's very complex, homophobe, because it's actually got 3 meanings instead of just the usual 2 meanings. Bored, and bored. One meaning of this is like your bed and board, if you gant a bed and breakfast. The second meaning is like I'm bored because I've got nought to do. And the third meaning refers to the female of the species, in particular the human species or the female species of things that fly around in the sky. I won't tell you what the male version of it is because that's become rather rude in Geordie language and I didn't want to offend you. Anyway, number 8. Beans and beans. Beans, like, they're kind of food especially developed and imported from the United States of America to help you fart. Because if you didn't have, I thought somebody just did one over there, but it wasn't, it was something else. It was one of the household machineries. Anyway, if you didn't fart when you're supposed to, you can get problems with your internalities, like, and you could actually die of that. So in order to help people to overcome the problem that they have when they want to have a good fart and cannot do it, they imported beans from United States of America, but that has nothing whatsoever to do with human beings, because that's what we are, Geordies and other folk as well. We're all human beings on this planet. It doesn't mean to say that we're all helping each other to fart a lot, but you know, if now and again you can help another man, one of your fellow men, to pass wind, you know, just by the odd tap on the shoulder or whatever, or a good pat on the back, when somebody else is not expecting it, and you manage to help somebody pass the wind, you know you've done somebody a good deed for the day, like a good Boy Scout. So, number 9, short and short. Short is another word for wee, but it sounds the same and looks entirely different to the word short, like what I've got on right now. This is me short collar. So, didn't get them confused. Sometimes you can find your short is too short. Your belly button kind of peeks out. Anyway, number 10. E. Now, E is two things in Geordie. First of all, it's the 5th letter of the alphabet. But in Geordie language, E is also a word that you can use to begin any sentence you like. You could say, I see that one neighbour's managed to get himself a new dog after I run over his last one. You can just about start any sentence you like with the word E in Geordie. So, that was a nice short lesson, including 10 homophobes of the English language. Don't forget, if you want to learn English proper, you've got to come to Geordie land. Get yourself up to Newcastle or South Shields. Don't go to your Cambridge or Oxford courses, because they don't teach you the proper English the way it's actually spoken in the real world. Anyway, I thought I'd finish off with a nice song for you from Geordie land by John Denver, very fine singer from the country. That means slightly outside Newcastle, but we didn't have that against him. And he sang You Fill Up Me Senses. He was obviously singing about beer. You fill up me senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue North Sea. Well, he said the ocean, but he meant the North Sea. You fill up me senses. Barman, come fill me again. I'll hand me glass back out to you. Put more brew in there, like. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come, let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms, let me lay down beside you, let me always be with you. Come, let me love you, come and love me again. You fill up my senses like a night in a forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Aye, barman, that's right. Come fill her again. Come fill her again with that Newcastle brown. Good night.